I would not like to include that shit. What's today? Tuesday? Alright. Grab my string. Gilbert Arenas plays as himself in college football 26 Road to Glory. Oh my gosh. And he got on a full, oh my gosh. Dog. I'm about to send you this link, bro. Dog. You're not gonna believe this shit, dog. Check that shit out, bro. This weird ass nigga, bro. This nigga Gilbert Arenas is weird, dog. Nigga at the crib, full uniform.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. The Gators will put total leather to crank us up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Wildcats offense will get first crack at it today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
A little screen to the running back. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Lost one deep down the right side.
Oh my gosh. They will not let you slow a nigga down, bro.
30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Caught behind the line. It's the ball. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The
trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Gonna look downfield again. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
Why Kentucky went down?
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Hey, bud.
So the Florida Gators offense will take the field for the first
Oh,
time.
shit.
And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today.
Wow.
The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
Got it in the middle, it's Brown. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Gators will have it 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Quick completion on the out. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
I remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
Grabbed over the middle, it's Hawkins.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he is shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
And the Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Snap it to the back. Finds a little space. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. That Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, and we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really, really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
Completes it in the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Makes the grab on the left. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. After this long of a drive, you have to cap it off with a touchdown, and here comes 3rd and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Florida! Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he tacked on the extra point. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered.
What is that glitch?
Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Brown.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
He's going to fire deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Using his legs. It's wrong. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Now this is the way to come out of the gate and set the tone. Back and forth and already inside a minute to go in the first. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Takes the easy one to the back. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Might be changing the route. To the air on 1st down. Going deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game. Throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. A designed run for the quarterback. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. To the ground with the back. Oh, a lot of space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Billy Napier fought his way off the hot seat last year as the Gators broke a 4-year bowl drought, something not seen since the mid-'80s in Gainesville, and this is a talented team with expectation.
They're riding a lot of momentum. You beat Ole Miss, you beat LSU to finish the season. You've got DJ Lagway back at quarterback, so there are a lot of people really excited in Gainesville for what these Gators might do.
And the schedule is incredibly challenging, but yet no longer the negativity. And now believing in Billy Napier, believing in Lagway, one of the most talented quarterbacks in the country. Interested to see how the Florida Gators look this year.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Sturdivant. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, they execute the in route, and how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Caught in the backfield, it's ball. He is going
That play can be taken
nowhere.
out.
Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Motion from the wideout. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown Gators! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw on that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Quickly out to the tight end. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. 1st down for this offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making a play.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Complete to the right. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. A 1st down for the offense. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
How fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense, getting penetration. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy in the ground.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no 1st down.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. He wants to throw it. They've got the screen set up. He gets it inside the 20 to the 19, but they still have a ways to go, and it'll be 4th down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive.
Nah, Bert.
Right down the middle. That obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Unloads to the wideout. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. You saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type.
He's going for it all. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Florida. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Using the quick game. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Gators, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. On the move, it's Ball. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Tulane delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in New Orleans. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the American. Always fun to see 2 of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Kentucky going quickly. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He's got it along the sideline. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, Kentucky! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
quarterback making adjustments. Looking for a man. It's Flagway. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Wilson. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB. Finally getting some pressure. Finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. With the catch, it's Sturdivant. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Moves away as he feels pressure. Wide open. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable.
Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. And the Gators in a good spot here with second and short. They'll run play action. Keeps looking downfield. He throws into the middle of the field. And that total goes to 16. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got a man, it's the ball. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll line up for a second down play. Wants to go up top. Gets it to the back. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Got his man. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. The Wildcats are on the move. Wants to throw again. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
Well, a nice gain on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
They're working that left side. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. start this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They go to the ground. Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting into his progression.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
He's got the tight end. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the rush will get to him at the 25. They decided to try to go for the field goal here. And for the 2nd time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. And it's right down the boulevard. That'll trim the deficit to 15. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Abrams. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
How many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as many ways as I can. Toss it to him, get him on the edge, do a good job sealing the edge. He'll do the rest. Just give him the ball in space, good things will happen.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? The give to the left side. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good...
Converts on 4th down. Still going. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. There he goes. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Got a wide open receiver. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a 2nd right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him. B, getting him.
Touchdown Gators! And the pummeling has started. The AT unit on the field. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
To the air on second down. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. He's looking to pass. The screen, and watch out. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Hey, how about this, D? You think they're locked in and dialed into this quarterback and his ability to run the football? You've seen him make plays throughout this game. They know it.
Lots of running room. Hard-hitting tackle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gators come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Caught close to the marker, it's Sturdivant. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To throw, it's Lagway. Got the quick pass. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grab near the marker, it's Hawkins. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Offense in a bunch formation. He wants to throw it again. Bought a little time, lets it go. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Red pass, it's complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Catch in the middle, it's Brown. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense, first and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Made it harder on themselves on first down. Now 2nd and goal from the 9. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the 2. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Now the play fake. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. It's, you get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense, come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right.
And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty flag down, and I think the offense is going to pick up the first down. The defense was offside. Coming out with it, it's Abrams. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Motion from the back. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Sends it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
I'll tell you what, offenses nowadays, the throw game, they feel so comfortable with it, even late in ball games. Don't worry about the clock. They're not worried about that because they know the execution rate is so high. They get the big 4th down here in the 4th quarter.
Wide open, he makes the catch. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you could just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
Hit a speed bump on that last play. Now work to do on 2nd and 15. Buying some time. Going to try to get it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Well, look, I love the fact that he scrambled. He can't take a sack. He can't take a negative play at this point in the game. I just wish he would have stayed in bounds, though. You got to know as a quarterback here, we've got the lead. It's late. I get tackled in bounds. The clock keeps ticking.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Jackson. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Gators didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Got it! Touchdown, Florida! And the route is on. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Georgia Southern came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact, this wasn't ever really in question.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his tight end.
One game, I know, fellas, but this could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in the Sun Bowl.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quickly complete. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Just keep slinging it. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it and more than enough for a first down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Puts it out in the air. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to throw on first down. Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Kentucky right back to the line. Looking to throw. Going for 6. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Wildcats! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Here comes the 2-point try.
And I love finding the big fella down in the red zone, 3rd and goal. You got to make something happen down here. Throw it up high. Let the big fella make you look really good as a quarterback. Love finding those big guys down in the red zone.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really...
Oh, he found a space on the right. Touchdown, Gators! And the beatdown has ensued. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Kentucky, 34.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Wide open downfield. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They got it out to the 41 with a first down. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
No gain on the play.
So now it's 2nd and long. back to pass. Working that left side now. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
You know, you're seeing in college football now with spread offense and tempo and air raid, we're seeing more and more 400-yard days, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one look as impressive as this guy has played today, David. He has been on fire.
And it's so annoying now because all the...
And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick.
What the hell you over there playing, bro?
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. And the Gators looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Under fire. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. The Gators now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to throw, it's Lagway. He uncorks one deep. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Florida!
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Kentucky, 42.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Here's a heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Got a first down. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the play.